guys. I have not been live on YouTube in forever. So long. All right. Just gonna wait a minute for people to join. And then I'm gonna get started answering your questions for the last Send It Sunday. And I have them here on my camera since I'm going to be streaming on my phone. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if everything's all good. I'm used to like going live on Instagram now, so I don't know if I can like wave at you guys or anything like that when you join. I'm not used to this. I've been on Instagram live so much lately. Okay, so I have my questions here on my camera. Obviously I can't be looking at them from my cell phone because I'm live on my phone right now. So usually I would also have like music playing in the background, but I don't think I can do that on YouTube. I don't know. So we're just gonna roll with this. All right, first question. I'm gonna try to go through these quickly because I want to make sure that I answer like all the questions that you guys sent to my Instagram in the past 24 hours. If you're not following me on Instagram, it is Brittany L. Willis, and I'm going to try to answer all your questions. Like, I have like 30 minutes that I can film right now, so let's go. All right. So the first one, so weird that I have these on my camera. The first one is from Foreign Babe XOX. It says, how has the military changed your life? So the military has changed my life in pretty much every single aspect. I now live in a state that I had previously never even been to before. I haven't seen my family since Christmas, so that's a definite change, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to see them again. I'm not allowed to travel right now because of the travel ban, so that's a big change. But more positives. Trying not to focus on the negative right now, but positives. Let's see. I have my own apartment that is paid for. I have a consistent, steady income. I feel like I have a purpose. Like, I love what I do when I'm actually able to do it. But the military has changed my life in every single way. Like, it has also forced me to focus on my health in every aspect, especially physically. So those are just a few changes. Did my camera really just shut off? There we go. Okay. Next question is from Eric O97. It says, what made you choose Air Force over the other military branches? So this is a question that I feel like is kind of repetitive. I do get like a lot of FAQs that I feel like I'm starting to like repeat a lot. So as far as Air Force over the other branches, I never really considered any other branch. I just knew from my, oh, whoever just commented, I didn't see it before it went away. There it is. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you. What was I gonna say? The chat is like coming up and disappearing and disappearing. Okay. So yeah, I never seriously considered any other branch. I just knew from my research that the Air Force does offer the best quality of life as far as like dorms and DFACs and bases and just jobs in general, in my opinion. So basically what I wanted to do in the military, I felt like it would be the best choice to also go Air Force. And I don't know, it just made sense to me. Like, it seemed like I would personally be a good fit for the Air Force and vice versa. So that is why I chose. My camera keeps shutting off after each question. I need to be pressing the button. No. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh, it literally... This is so much easier when I'm reading them from my phone. Okay, the next question is from Damon Treat 3. It says, how are your workouts going? My workouts are going great as far as cardio, and I've been doing tons of running, jogging, walking. Every time it's nice out, I'll try to do between like 2 to 4 miles a day. I leave for BMT June 2nd, super excited. I'm very excited for you because a lot of people are not able to get shipped out right now and they're getting like pushed back and all of that. So I'm very happy for you that you're still shipping out right now. Um, okay. So, like I was saying about my workouts, yeah, going great as far as cardio is concerned. I've been slacking on my strength training, which I feel like it's usually the other way around. I'm usually not doing as much cardio, and I usually really enjoy doing weights and stuff. So, I do have 5 pound weights and 10 pound weights in my apartment right now, so I have like no excuse. I don't know. I need to get back into doing like a balance of both because that's just best in my opinion. And my camera just turned off again. Let's see. I went to MAPS literally like 2 weeks before quarantine, and my recruiter said I was supposed to leave around July or August. But since people aren't going to MAPS anymore, he said I could leave sooner. That's awesome. You probably got very lucky, and if you can leave sooner, I mean, why not leave sooner, right? BTZ tips. So I have not had my BTZ yet. It's actually supposed to be coming up soon. So I can definitely do a video for you guys about my BTZ if and when it still happens because of everything going on. Like I don't really know if I'm still gonna have a board or I'm not sure. So I do need to figure that out a little bit. All right, the next question says BMT cell phone policy. So when you get there, you can obviously bring your cell phone, but then you're going to have to keep it. Well, we had to keep it in like this. Where'd we keep it? Was it in the laundry room? There was like a civilian luggage room within the laundry room because I was in Disneyland dorms. So you'd like, I think it was through the laundry room. And then there was like a storage room where we kept our civilian luggage and our cell phones and things like that. So um, you can bring it with you, and we just locked them up like 98% of the time. You get like 3 or 4 phone calls, or at least we did. So, um, yeah, we got like 3 or 4 15-minute phone calls. So yeah, that's the cell phone policy at BMT. The next question is from Sasha_ADM. It says, your job selection, top 10. Did you get your first pick? I did not get my first pick. I listed 10 jobs in 2 aptitude areas, and I listed a variety of jobs. And I mean, mostly like general and admin, and those were also the 2 aptitude areas that I listed, general and admin. So I ended up getting my 5th choice. But when I listed my jobs, I didn't really care like what job I got. Like I just listed 10 that I thought would interest me and that I would enjoy doing. I really just wanted to be in the Air Force. I didn't even care like what job I really got. So like I did not go there with a specific job in mind. Right now you get a mandatory phone 1 per week, minimum of 5 minutes each call. 1 per week? That's awesome. It's probably just because of like everything going on and all the changes that have been made. You guys probably have like a lot more free time than we did since with all the changes going on, there's like not a lot of other things going on like drill and EOCs and PT tests. So that makes sense. Just want to let you know that you were one of the people who helped me through the process of pre-enlistment, and I'm almost through tech school. Big thanks. Congrats. That's so cool. Next question is there a way to live off base if you're not married yet? So yes, because I live off base and I'm not married yet. So a lot of people ask me like, how's that possible? How does that work? So the reason that I'm able to live off base is because at my base, I got very lucky. I'm an E3, and usually you can't live off base until you are at least an E4, or if you're married, your rank doesn't matter. So I got to move off base because the Air Force dorms at my base were very full, and they basically start kicking people out based on date of rank. So because I was an E3, and my date of rank's like December 2018, I only had to live in the dorms for 30 days. So very grateful for that. Not a common situation. That's the only way I know of that you can move off base before you're married is like the occupancy rate, I guess, at the dorms. So let me see what's next. Let me check what you guys are saying here. How or what are some ways to deal with homesickness and or coming to terms with leaving home and leaving for the Air Force? I'm actually struggling with this myself right now. Like I said, I haven't seen my family since Christmas and it's May now. So this is definitely the longest amount of time I've gone without seeing my family since I joined the military. And they are definitely not within like driving distance whatsoever. It would be probably like an 18-hour drive to go see my family. And right now we're only allowed to travel like what, up to 100 miles or something. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to see them again. So I've just been trying to keep busy and obviously talk to them, text them, FaceTime them as much as I can, but also keeping busy and keeping positive. So just trying to focus on other things like YouTube and my fitness, like running outside, and I need to get back into strength training, trying to eat healthy and things like that. So I think like if you're eating well, sleeping well, you have good like healthy habits, mentally, physically, things like that. I think that helps a lot when you're going through hard things. So just trying to live like the healthiest lifestyle I can in every aspect kind of helps me cope, I guess. But it's hard. Like you're gonna miss your family. I miss them a lot right now. I miss my brother so much. It is hard. I don't think there's any way to like erase it, obviously, but I don't know. It's not that it gets easier, but I'm not sure. It's hard to explain. It is hard to deal with. And it's so hard to stay like busy and occupied, like occupy your mind right now through all of this. But we've got to do our best through these times. And then as far as like leaving home when leaving for the Air Force, for me that part wasn't as hard because I was so excited to start this new journey, and I had already lived away from my family in separate states before. Like when I was going to college in Florida, they lived in Missouri, and it wasn't the first time or second time that I had lived in a different state than them. So that wasn't as hard. But I guess like leaving home, just remember like why you're doing it and how exciting it's going to be, and it's so worth it. So, hi, Mom. My mom is on here. I was literally just talking about my family. That's funny. Okay. Trying to zoom in to the next question. This is so weird doing this on my camera. Okay, I still have like 3 screenshots of questions. My husband, wait, let me make sure this is the next page. Yeah, okay. I wish the chat would stop disappearing. I have to like scroll up to see what you guys are saying. All right. My husband is Navy and I'm going Air Force. Any tips on how that will go when I enlist? I don't know if you mean like as far as the enlistment process. That shouldn't be too different. But like if you're talking about like dual military marriage or something like that, it's hard. I'm not even married yet, but I'm in the Air Force. My fiance's in the Marine Corps, and it's tough, especially right now with everything going on. We can't even plan a wedding. So I don't know. I think that the Air Force is really good about like joint spouse, so you can apply to live together or at least within like a certain mileage of each other. The Air Force will do their best to put you guys together, keep you guys together. I don't think other branches do it as much as the Air Force does. So if you're going Air Force, then I think like they're gonna try to take care of you and base you guys like together. Especially if there's like joint bases where both your jobs are there. But it's hard. Yeah. My dad is on here too. Hi, Dad. Someone asked why no more Send It Sundays. So this is the 4th one that I'm doing, and I guess I just think like I don't want to stick to one series on my channel. I just want to like do other things and keep it fresh. So I'll think of other things, and I'm still going to be answering your guys' DMs on Instagram, so don't feel like you can't still reach out and DM me and ask me questions on Instagram, because I will still be answering those questions there. And I know sometimes it takes me like a week to answer you. I get a lot of DMs, but I honestly try to answer every single one. Okay, next question. I'm in Air Force ROTC and sometimes I just want to enlist. What would you recommend doing? Okay, so I have a video on my channel called Why I Chose to Go Enlisted versus the Officer Route. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about this just so I can get through like new questions that I may have not answered on my channel. But let's see. If I start answering this, I'm going to go on like a whole tangent. I already know. Personally, if I went through Air Force ROTC like through college, I would go the officer route for sure. I personally did not do ROTC in college, so I didn't have that like extra thing that was like already preparing me, I guess. But it's way more money, way more rank, obviously, if you care about that. I don't know. I would watch that video on my channel, and I would highly consider going the officer route if you already did ROTC. Oh my gosh, my camera just turned off again. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. How did you deal with the challenges that come with being in a long-distance relationship? Well, I'm dealing with them right now. You can't always see each other. You can't spend as much time with each other as you wish you could. It is hard, but like if you know that that's the person you want to be with, then it's worth it, whatever time you get with them. It's just like no questions. That's just how it is. Lots of FaceTime. We sleep on FaceTime every single night. We have not gone a night without sleeping on FaceTime since I think January or February. Yeah, lots of communication over the phone because that's all you have when you're not together. So we're on the phone so much, we're on FaceTime so much that it feels like we spend time together. Like we'll watch shows on FaceTime and things like that. So we have like FaceTime dates. He'll like order me food, we'll eat the same thing, or we'll just eat on the phone together and watch a show or a movie. So there are ways, I guess, to feel like you guys are on a date. All right, Emma says, what advice do you have for high school students wanting to join the Air Force, whether enlisted or commission? My advice for high school students would be do lots of research. Make sure that, you know, if you live, like whoever you live with, whoever's going to be involved in the process, make sure that you are including them as much as you can. Whether they are excited about it right now or not, it's just important that, you know, they also get mentally prepared because you're probably going to do it whether they like it or not. Do lots of research about the jobs, study for your ASVAB, make sure you get physically fit, so work on your cardio, sit-ups, push-ups, you know, get advice from recruiters, get advice from other people who have been in or who are in right now. I would just make sure, you know, you get as like mentally and physically prepared as possible so that you kind of have an advantage in that way so that you're like as prepared as you can be. Otherwise, you'll be like me, and all of a sudden one day you're like, I'm finally gonna do this, and then I had like 3 or 4 months to get in shape and like learn everything I needed to know and do all my research. So, but honestly, I had been researching it for like 10 years, literally. So, all right. Christy.Loomis said, how do you get your belongings to you at your first base or once you get an apartment? This is a good question. So, to my first base, you have a few options. You can drive it there yourself, or once you fly there, you can go through what's called TMO, and they will move your belongings for you for free to your first duty station, or whenever you PCS. Your moves are free. So what I did, I basically loaded up what I could in my car, and my dad drove me to my first base, and then I didn't know that after 30 days that I could get my own apartment, but now I just have what I have, and like I still have a ton of stuff at my parents' house, like furniture and boxes. So like I could still go through TMO and have them move my stuff here. I just haven't done it yet, and I've been here since August. But my lease is up here in September, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Like we're probably gonna be married before then. We better be married before then. And I might have to, you know, move there. He might move here. I have no idea. I don't know. So I have not gone through TMO yet, but you can either move it yourself or get it moved through the military. Um, my mom said, "I go sit with your stuff when I miss you." Oh my gosh, my friend is on here, like my long lost cousin. She was at my meet and greet, and we found out that our families literally knew each other. Like, that is, the world is so small. Very thankful for you and enjoy your live platforms. Stay blessed, my dear. It's good to see you. I miss you. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, let's keep going. I get so sidetracked. What is your, okay, Jennifer __ Gardner said, what is your ultimate favorite thing about the Air Force? Let's see. I think my favorite, well, I'm gonna pick two. Two of my favorite things. First one being like, how do I want to say this? Like work-life balance, I guess. So it's crazy because I worked in retail so long and I was in management for a very long time. I was like assistant manager, I was a store manager. I was in retail forever and I genuinely feel like, I don't know, it may just be because I was unhappy, but I felt more stressed in the retail environment than I do in the military because it's like a good stress when you're doing something that you love. It doesn't drain you, it actually like recharges you in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I have such good work-life balance. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It sounds so weird because as like mentally and emotionally demanding as my job has been at some times, like up to this point, it just feels good. And when I'm off work, I am totally off work because I am an E3. I'm not a sergeant. I'm not an officer. I'm not in charge of, 20 or 30 people like I have been in the past. And when I'm off work, I'm off work. Like I don't know how to explain it. I hope this is making sense, but when I don't know. That's the best I can say is work-life balance, especially on the weekends, holidays. Like when I have time off, I'm genuinely off work. I don't have to worry about work when I'm off work. So that's really important. And my second thing is sense of purpose. I talk about this all the time. That's my other favorite thing about what I'm doing is just the way it makes me feel about my life and about myself. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. I feel, I don't know, not like complete, but I don't know the word. But it's not like I'm sitting here in the back of my head still thinking like, I wish I would have done this, or I wish that I was doing this career. I wish I would have taken this path. Like I did that for almost 10 years, so it just feels good that I don't have to do that anymore. I'm doing exactly what I like, and that's being in the Air Force and all this social media stuff with you guys. Like, this is all I want. This is great. um, all right, the next one is from 710MM. It says, what are the sprints like on run days at BMT? I got this question more than once. So on run days when you're doing sprints, it's not like they track your distance. So there's a track and they pretty much yell at you to start sprinting and then they yell at you when to stop sprinting. So you're going in a circle, and for us, before all this coronavirus and pandemic stuff started, PT was like the whole squadron, males and females, so there's hundreds of people on the track. It's not like they can single you out and tell how far you sprinted in that 30 seconds or 60 seconds, whatever it may be. So it's like it's not super stressful. There's not a certain distance, there's not a certain speed. It's just they expect you to go your own pace, push yourself, like you're responsible, for improving your physical fitness while you're there basically. So it's not like you stand out or it's not like you're put on the spot, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Next page of questions. I still have two more, so we're halfway done. And it's already been 25 minutes. I said that I was going to do this in 30 minutes. Okay, let's speed through these. Also hope my phone doesn't die. That would really suck. Okay. I'm going to skip the questions that I already have a video about on my channel. It's just, yeah. Make sure you watch my videos before you ask me a question because I don't want to like be repetitive and I want to give other people a chance to get their questions answered. So This question says, would you recommend doing 2 years of college before enlisting in order to rank up sooner? Um, Honestly, that's tough. It could go either way. I feel like there's pros and cons to both. I don't really necessarily know like any serious benefits to paying for college for 2 years just to be an E3. You're gonna pay more for college than you're gonna get paid as an E3 rather than an E1, if that makes sense. Like it probably would make more sense to just go in as an E1, get your college for free. You'll still be an E3 eventually. Like there's really no point in like paying for 2 years of college out of pocket just to be an E3, just to make like a couple $100s more a month. I don't know. I'm not maintenance, so I'm sorry, Jordan. I can't speak for anything about maintenance. So if there's any like people in the group chat or in the live chat that know, I do not. All right, so Ashley said, do you get to pack your own snacks or protein bars during BMT? Do you have to eat MREs? You do not get to bring any food with you to BMT. Well, when I was there, they gave us protein bars. They were very good. I don't know if they still do that, but the protein bars were great. Do you have to eat MREs? We ate MREs for 5 days during Beast Week, just for lunch and dinner. So, yeah, I'm not an MRE fan. I know there are people who like MREs, but I'm like, why? What for? What about it do you actually enjoy? Because I don't. I just zoomed out. I've already answered so many of these on my channel, so I'm just skipping those. Like, how did I study for the ASVAB? I have a video on that. Something about being an older airman. I have a video for that. Someone said, oh, this is Ashley as well. I think she asked me too. How bad is the gas chamber? It was not bad. Some people don't get affected at all. I don't know, it varies, but honestly, I didn't think it was bad at all. Like, I was freaking out pretty much for no reason. It felt like tingly on my skin, and yes, it's gonna burn a little bit, like you have pepper up your nose, but that was pretty much like all I felt like happened for me. All right, I gotta keep going. These are so many. All right, this is a good question. I've never been asked this before. Do girls who have highlights or balayage have to dye their hair before BMT? So you are allowed to have highlights or balayage to an extent. So in the AFI, which is like the Air Force telling you what you can and cannot do, as long as it looks natural. So if your hair is like black and your balayage is like blonde, probably not. They're probably gonna make you dye it at BMT. There were some girls who showed up like their hair was out of regs and they had to go like get their hair done during BMT, especially before graduation. So they will cut or dye your hair if they think it needs to be done, like during BMT. I don't know how that works with the pandemic going on. I'm not sure, but yes, like if your highlights don't look natural, if your balayage doesn't look natural, fix it before BMT so that you can get it fixed the way you want it fixed and not the way that they're gonna fix it. All right. I think I'm on the last page. I went through that page pretty quickly. Okay. If you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do. We're at 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much to everyone who's already hit it. Okay. Who is this? Next question says, are my children and husband able to move to my tech school? So this is going to depend on how long your tech school is. My tech school was 6 months, so people who were married were allowed to have their spouse or their children or whoever their dependents were, they were allowed to have them on their orders. So I think it's like if your tech school is over 110 days, 112 days, it's something like that, then yes, you are able to bring your children or your spouse or whoever with you after you're done with phase 1. So that's how it was in my tech school. After 30 days, once you pass like uniform inspections, room inspections, things like that, then yes, whoever's on your orders could then move there with you. You could move off base, even as a student. So depends on how long your tech school is, basically. What is next? All right, this one says, what's your favorite song or artist at the moment? I literally listen to everything, like almost every genre. So I cannot pick a favorite song or artist. I will tell you that right now, like I said, I have been doing a lot of running, a lot of cardio outside right now, and that's like literally saving my mental health right now. So I will go on Apple Music and I go to the fitness mood and I click on, there's like the first two stations on there I really like. I don't know if it's called, I think it's called Pure Workout and like Pop Workout maybe. I don't know, but it has like really upbeat songs and that's just what I need right now. And it just feels good to get outside, put that type of music on, get fresh air. Um, it's like good remixes, upbeat. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm into right now is those playlists. And then any song from TikTok because that is what gets stuck in my head all day right now. There's always a TikTok song in my head. Okay, what foods are in basic? I really like to eat healthy, so that's why I'm wondering. So there are definitely healthy options in BMT, but you are probably going to want to eat a lot more carbs than you normally do because of all the PT. I don't know how PT is exactly right now, but for us, we had PT 6 days a week. I don't know. I was eating a lot of like rice and pasta and things that I didn't normally eat every day. But they do have healthy options. You can have salad every day, there's fruit every day, there's eggs for breakfast. Yeah, there's a variety of options. There's going to be unhealthy options, there's going to be healthy options, and they do put like yellow, green, and red by those food options so that you know like what you're choosing and what you're eating. So if you want to stick to super healthy foods, just choose everything that's green. And there are like some vegetarian options as well. I get asked that sometimes. Um, the breakfast there was so good, honestly, though. Like, I loved the French toast. And when I went, there was like French toast every other day. So one day was pancakes, one day was French toast, and it alternated. And I loved French toast days. But a lot of times I didn't get to eat the French toast because I was chow runner. And when I went up there, it was gone. um, is there dessert if you do kitchen duty? I mean, you have a better opportunity of getting dessert, I think, if you're kitchen duty, but you're also like really busy. Um, I had dessert one time during BMT, and that was on Christmas. That was the only time they actually like put it out for you to take. Otherwise, it's like off to the side by the MTIs in a case where you'd rather not go. But did they ask you to join the band flight? So when I first got to the airport, they did. They were like, do you know how to play an instrument? And I was like, no, because I haven't played an instrument in forever. Um, so yeah, I did not end up in band flight. Definitely don't think we ever had steak in BMT. Sorry. Mashed potatoes, probably. Steak, not so much. Um, let's see. A few more questions left, and we are at 33 minutes, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Okay. This question says, is it likely that you'll meet your significant other in the Air Force? I do think it's likely because you are surrounded by people who understand you and they have the same lifestyle. They might have the same job or a similar job, and you go through a lot with those people. So whether they're in your class or your flight or your squadron or on your base, like you already instantly have things in common with these people. So I do think that it is likely that you meet your significant other in the military, but I might be a little biased. Okay. This one says, any advice on why a recruiter won't respond to any text, calls, or voicemails for months since February? Again, I get asked this question so much. So recruiters are super busy. They have Air Force in general has tons of people who are interested in joining. Like they do not have again, I might be very biased, but I don't think the Air Force recruiters have to go out and hunt people down to join the Air Force. I think a lot of people want to join the Air Force, and they have plenty of interested applicants. So they are not going to go, sadly, they're not going to go out of their way to try to get you to join. Like people are already contacting them daily, hourly, weekly, just trying to get into the military, specifically the Air Force, because there is a stigma that Air Force is the easiest branch, Air Force is the best branch, Air Force has the best quality of life. So there are a lot of people who want to join, and they don't have to return your calls to meet their quota if they have one. It's sad, but I don't know. I went through a lot of recruiters until I found one who simply wanted to help me. Like, she understood the fact that, like, this was everything to me. Like, I wanted this so bad, and I was going to do whatever it took. So I would text her almost daily. I would reach out all the time. Like, I was in touch with her so frequently and consistently because I wanted her to know that, like, I'm holding myself accountable. I'm holding her accountable. Like, I want to go through with this, and I will do what it takes. So, I think, like, don't be shy to reach out to your recruiter. Like, this is your life, this is your future, this is your career, and this is their job. So, I mean, don't be shy. Like, call them, go in person. That's what I did. All right, 3 more questions. Steph Wilson says, can you shower whenever time you want, night, day, or Sunday at BMT, or only when they tell you? So you can only shower at BMT when everyone showers. You all always shower at the same time unless there's a unique circumstance. Like when I went, there would always be 2 people on EC duty, entry controller duty, and they would be like guarding the door of the dorms. So sometimes they would get to shower like before the flight or after the flight by themselves. Like some people would switch out with them. So basically, yes, for the majority of the time, you are going to shower as an entire flight. Don't know how it is during the pandemic. That could have changed, honestly. That would make sense. But it's not like you can just say, hey, I feel like going to take a shower by myself. I don't think that it changed that much since I've been. So no, we usually showered as a flight. Nicole said, if you could be stationed anywhere, where would you go? So, if you guys have been following me for a while, I did not get anything that was on my dream sheet. It's fine. I still got the East Coast, which is what I wanted. But what was on my dream sheet was a lot of Florida bases. But I've already lived in Florida, so it just wasn't meant to be again. It's fine. But honestly, that's where I'd rather be. I don't know. I loved Florida so much, so those were the bases that were on my dream sheet. I had a bunch of Florida bases. I had like South Carolina, North Carolina, basically anything that was surrounding Florida. That was also on my dream sheet, so yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys have tried boxed water, but today was my first time, and it tasted like the box, like it tasted like cardboard, so I don't know. I feel like this is really hyped up for no reason, but I'm on the last question, and my camera freaking shut off. Okay. Let me go back to this. All right, last question is from Marissa Ann Lopez. It says, what's your favorite type of running shoe? Gonna be totally honest, I was not a runner before BMT. I don't know. I use Nike, Adidas. Yeah, I'm not super educated in running shoes. I'm not like an athlete or a great runner, but yeah, that's the last question. So right now I'm using literally a pair of Nikes that were on sale. That's all I use. All right, so that was the last question. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed the Send It Sunday series. I hope that a lot of you learned a lot about whatever your questions were about. I try to be super helpful here and answer everything that I can for you guys. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I don't know. I think I have 2 other videos going up this week. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. All right, now how do I stop this live? Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.